Not a whisper of a breath of American Yakuza's existence reached me until its trailer popped up on my YouTube page. Have you had a similar happening? With the movie's Arrow Video Blu-ray release in February of 2026, I think the movie has been this small curiosity circulating among niche film, cult film, and straight-to-video connoisseurs since that time. Or maybe I'm wrong on that, but whatever. It got my attention, and I suspect other film fans' attention, because it stars Viggo Mortensen. It looked like one of the great actors' lost films and was full of action. Well, not so much. Hello and welcome to Not Now in Theaters. My name is Will Turntail, and for this episode of Side Reels, I'm diving into why American Yakuza is bad, but maybe worth your time to watch. Look, this movie isn't that good. I'll tell you that right now. But the way in which it isn't that good is worth talking about. Because this movie has all the bones of something I think would have been good to see back in 1993, and even now. Intentionally or unintentionally, American Yakuza is like a failed Western imitation of a Hong Kong heroic bloodshed movie. And I mean genuine here. Feels between men, no American-style buddy cop formula attached. Now, that could have been cool. And the movie wasn't even sunk by budget issues. There are some creative decisions we can look at and say, okay, a few steps in another direction, and we'd have had something. But by a couple of steps, well, maybe a couple of thousand of them, a mile or two in another direction. The film was directed by Frank Cappello. He is most known for co-writing the Keanu Reeves Constantine movie. I actually like that movie, though I can understand why anyone who likes John Constantine Hellblazer comics would be frustrated by the fact that that film doesn't appear to be John Constantine movie at all. It really isn't, but I digress. Cappello also, helped write 1991's Suburban Commando. That movie with Hulk Hogan and Christopher Lloyd. I saw it as a kid, I definitely did, and all I will say about it now is, oh my. But whatever director Cappello's mixed bag, the American Yakuza plot was workable. The script wasn't Cappello's though, written by John Allen Nelson and Max Strom, but you would assume he looked at it, right? Because he's the director and all. You have a white guy prisoner named Nick Davis, played by Viggo Mortensen, who gets out of jail. He is hired by this warehouse as a forklift driver. One day, just in the middle of Nick's shift, some Japanese gangsters who own the place roll in, and suddenly, Nick notices that a hit is on. So using a particular set of skills that no doubt he thought had been retired, Nick rescues a Japanese Yakuza lieutenant named Shuji. And then from there, the movie is all about how Nick is assimilating into the Japanese mafia and becoming Shuji's best pal. Nick also finds a love interest in Yuko, an interior decorator with Yakuza connections. But Nick is getting into the Yakuza at a tough time. A mobster named Dino Campanela was behind the hit that Nick interrupted, and he's got plans to take all the Yakuza out. Oh, and there's a twist here. Nick isn't Nick. He's an FBI agent named David Brandt. The FBI swapped David's identity with a dead prisoner, so he's deep undercover here. Now, it's not like we've got a hot infiltration plot, like Infernal Affairs here, or its celebrated but for me watered down American remake, The Departed. And while you could say the fish out of water, white guy infiltrating a mob and then bonding with them in spite of his duty is a bit of a cliched story. I don't think it was so trot over in 1993 though. But forget all that promise from the cast and a half-decent story. This movie just didn't execute the storytelling touch. I could pick on lots of small decisions. For one, the film loves this flashing to white as a dramatic transition. It does this irritating maneuver even in the middle of a gunfight or a mob hit. Boom, flash of white and fade. Boom, flash of white and fade. I think it's supposed to look artistic, but it looks like, let's just gloss over this moment as if it's boring. There are odd things too. This film is set in the present-day 1990s, but there's a gangster with a Tommy gun for some reason. The unexplained comes up. In one scene, Nick is given a sniper rifle to cover Shuji, but we have never had any exposition that he has any idea how to wield one of those. And even exciting times, like the opening and closing shootouts, are done in the weak American style, where we see people shooting guns and then cut to stuntmen or stunt women falling down from those supposed shots that they fired, right? But the story errors are where I want to focus. This movie doesn't feel like it's going anywhere because it never invests in anything. This makes it the perfect film for someone who enjoys screenwriting and wants to learn. Because every box you would tick in a film like this to develop the story is there, but seemingly every scene is lackluster and fails to land the punch. All the action with the opening shootout where Nick gets off the forklift and rescues Shuji, well, it may seem like a good thing in that it happened around the 12-minute mark, grabbing the audience early. But I think it's a mistake. It seems like it would be better if you stretched this to the 20th to 25th minute mark instead. The audience would probably still be with you, and you'd have more time to build something with the characters before putting them in danger. But instead, the scene comes so early. And it is, well, you have no idea who I am, and here I am. I'm saving you. By the 30th, 35th minute of the movie, we've got the revelation that Nick is actually an FBI agent. And what a twist! And I do mean that. I actually didn't realize this was happening. It's great when stories surprise you. But that's the end of the surprises. Throughout the film, I don't think we ever see that Nick is conflicted at all about how he's growing closer to the mob. He does grow closer to them. The film shows you that just from what is happening. Shuji buys him a house. Then his love interest, Yuko, shows up in his life, right? But again, it's just happening. I've never seen a movie that is an actual movie, yet somehow looks like it's a plot summary. Like a Last Week on American Yakuza recap that is actually the film. I never feel invested in what is happening. There's no great dialogue, there's no memorable scene, there's nothing to move you, and that Nick is getting to be more on the Yakuza side now than loyal to his FBI agency. Think of great heroic bloodshed movies. Think of John Woo's A Better Tomorrow, and that amazing Chow Yun-fat monologue that got parodied by the all-powerful Beaver meme. Now that is a scene. I watched that one over and over, in both the Beaver meme format and the original Chow Yun-fat version. So no, American Yakuza is just not worth your time for casual audiences. I stuck it out. I was thinking about clicking it off at the 20-minute mark, and I really should have. I hate to be critical, as making movies is hard, and you have to respect that. American Yakuza is better than all the movies I have never made, but that doesn't make it a good movie, right? But if you're really into film or want to write film or comics or books, whatever, I think you could watch it sometime. This is a great example of a movie that works as an outline and just doesn't work as a script or executed film, since there's no talent delivered in any scene's execution. And I think, as anyone who likes to write things, we need movies like this to show us the pitfalls of where it can go wrong. We need to immerse ourselves not just in the great works, but ones that fall short. Or as an even better exercise, you could watch this movie and then try to rewrite its scenes to be actually exciting. Anyhow, those are my thoughts on American Yakuza, a movie you might get suggestions for from YouTube or Tubi if you browse there. It's not good, but Viggo, I still love you, man. Well, that's all for this latest Side Reels detour. Thank you so much for listening. And if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and subscribe or give me a follow for more wherever you're listening from. I should be back with you for a regular episode next week. I've still got to cover The Villainous, the Korean action film I've talked about for weeks, but I'm also working on cyberpunk film Nemesis, which is a lot of fun. And Excalibur, the classic King Arthur dark fantasy, is coming up too. So I'd imagine one of these three is next, and I hope you'll join me. This podcast episode is a production copyright of Overegged Media LLC, located in Sacramento, California. Reference photos linked in the transcript are copyrighted by the Internet Movie Database. This review's factual information was gathered through online sources like Wikipedia, IMDb, or interviews. Misrepresentations and errors are possible, but unintentional. The introduction music was Kick Shock by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license. The exit music was Realizer by Kevin MacLeod, also of Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license. And you guessed it, the additional music, Fearless First, it's also by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com, also licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license. See you next time.